out of my own home. Meaning just kick me out though, not my kids, not nothing, just me. So basically trying to push me out of the house and keep all my kids. That's what she tried. That was the first thing she tried. Suddenly now it's time to lawyer up, right? So I'm like, but mind you, we're all still in the same house. So we're in the same house for another 6 months till June 20th of 2023. We're all in the same house, and now we don't even speak no more. The lawyers are dealing with it. The lawyers are fighting. The lawyers are going back, and we don't even speak no more. And the environment became really, really toxic because now my oldest daughter, which is 25, and my oldest son, which is 19, both of them my son started becoming just stay in his room. He was like, I don't want to be part of it. My oldest daughter was getting pissed and like, what the F is going on? And my oldest daughter became team dad all the way. And so my oldest daughter's relationship with her mom became very estranged to where they would just walk past each other in the kitchen and not even speak, not even look at each other, nothing. Same went for my wife and I. And it just became a really toxic situation. So I decided to agree and move out. But when I did that, she thought I was moving out just me. She didn't know that I was planning on taking my kids with me also. I wasn't leaving my kids to her. So, and now remember, I'm going to get back to the part about my younger daughter in a second. So we left. I decided to move out. I moved out. I took my youngest daughter and my oldest daughter. My son, he's in college. His college is closer to where our old house is, to where the new apartment that I temporarily moved in with my two daughters. So he stayed there, not by wanting to stay there. He's there because it's more practical, because it's closer to his college, and this is his first year at his college. So that's why he stay there. But he comes and visits on the weekends. He wants to come, and he always tells me he wants to stay, but he can't right now. And plus, I kind of want him there to make sure his mom is safe too, and not leave her in that big ass house all alone. I don't want her to just. I still care, and I always will, but there ain't it's not a love like that for her. It's just a genuine care for your safety, your well-being, and that you're always good. That'll never change, no matter what, no matter who I go on to be with. That part will never change. And she could always, anytime, she could call me at 3 a.m. and tell me some dude and put hands on her, and I'll be there. Or tell me she got a flat tire that ran out. I'll be there. I'll go help her. That she will ever have that carte blanche treatment from me forever. And anybody that I roll with is gonna just have to understand that. Now, despite everything that she's done and still trying to do. Now, with the lawyers still all going on and fighting and everything, and then we move out, I started getting back close. My daughter starts getting back closer to me again, really close again. My younger daughter, like she's always been. My younger daughter has always been very close. Daddy, daddy, daddy. She afraid of something? Where's dad? She wants to try something? Where's dad? Just hold me, dad, 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 dad. That's been my daughter until the 2 years of coming back to Texas, California. So she started talking to me and talking to her older sister and telling us. We started learning that basically my wife was trying to turn my youngest daughter against me. She was telling my youngest daughter lies and make up stories, things that didn't even happen, and like she's trying to do in court. And that's all being thrown out and objective. And she was basically plotting this for, I guess, ever since she met whoever she allegedly met, to get me out of my house, to get my kids away from me, and to basically steal my children and throw me to the wolves. That's what she was trying to do. After 17 years of being with this woman, teaching this woman, raising this woman, protecting this woman, honoring this woman. After all of those years, that's what it ended up becoming and turning into. So that was very disheartening. But now my daughter has woken back up and remembered who dad is, and how loving dad is, and how affectionate dad is to her, and how much daddy loves his baby girl. Now that she has gotten back into that, and she's, dad, can I have a hug? Dad, can I have a kiss? Dad, now she remembers daddy again. So in retrospect, this is probably the best thing that can happen, because my youngest daughter is 13. She's getting ready to hit those very important years where daddy needs to be there. Dad needs to be there. So I think that in retrospect, this probably, for just to save that relationship, this was probably the best thing that could happen. So June, I took my daughter. We moved out to a small apartment. We're going to be in that small apartment until my oldest daughter graduates from college next semester. She's going to graduate from college, and then we're going back home to Texas. And all of this stuff that we're dealing with right now, we're struggling because my wife is using her lawyer. See, behind my wife, she has a lot of resources, meaning she has her parents. And other than what we earn together, her parents are also wealthy. They're a lot more wealthy than I am. Put it like this: her parents are so wealthy. I think their net loss in the stock market last year was over 100 million. So her parents are very wealthy. So she's utilizing the resources of her parents, while all of my resources have been locked up in the trust fund and are locked in court. They're all assets that are up for grabs, that the court has to decide how it's going to be split, who's going to get what, what's going to go where, how much is going to go to who. So her lawyer's game plan is, because my wife knows that behind me there's nobody. My father has passed away. My mother suffers from Alzheimer's, dementia, and my parents has never had anything besides, my mother, I supported my mother. So she knows that my resources behind me are zero, but the resources behind her are big. So she's utilizing those resources to try basically and wear my lawyers down, which she did. So she wore down the retainer fee on my attorneys. Once the retainer fees ran out, then I had to start defending myself, which I've been doing successfully, quite successfully, basically in every step of the way. I've been winning and being successful in doing what we're doing. So that's what she tried to do. That's what happened, and that's what she tried to do. And sorry, some white people being nosy. And no disrespect or nothing, I didn't mean like that, but they just staring all in my face, all in the car. I think they thought I was recording them. But yeah, she's trying to wear down my resources to force me to once you run out of resources and your attorneys go away, and now you're fighting on your own. Now she can use her attorneys to use all them loopholes and secret codes and sections and statutes to try to push me around. And if you don't know what to file, the response to file, or the right way to file, or you don't know the format to file it, or the perfect word to say, or the right word to say in court, you can lose everything. Even if you're morally right and correct and everything, if you don't do it the right way, the right format, say it the right way in the right time, you could lose everything. And that's basically what her plan and plot is. And she's winning a little bit in that, but she's not winning in court, so to speak. And the reason why I say she's not winning in court is because my wife hasn't seen my daughter since June. She saw her twice since we moved out, and those were both of those times were in June. Only one time my daughter spent the night at that house, our past house, and the other time it was just for a few hours that she saw her. Since then, this was the catcher. Now here goes the catcher. Since then, a week, 2 weeks